Welcome back to Friends Without Benefits. We're going to just dive back in because we don't have too much time left. And it's just been such a pleasure having you on, Don. I'm learning tons. I love the conversation. It's neat because this is so diverse. We got so many things. And we had mentioned the American vets. And the biggest gripe that I have, and well, Donna and most people, the paperwork is crazy. So my husband had some hearing loss when he was in training in the altitude chamber and when he was in the Air Force. So they told him when he, got discharged that he probably would have, more hearing damage, and he had, about 5 or 7% at the time. So of course now he's old. Sorry, honey, you're not that old, but you're older than me. And his hearing is going a little bit, and I thought it was just because he really did want to avoid me.
He is a husband.
You're making a case.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of getting bad because I love it when he just answers, or he doesn't answer at all, or I'm screaming for help because I fell somewhere in the house and nowhere to be found.
That's right.
I could take that another way too. So anyway, long story short, we went. I said, I think you need to get your hearing checked, and we did. And this was last May, and we still are fighting, and we're still waiting. Like every 3-4 months, I'll get.
Time,
and it's gotten worse.
One of the things that Tracey and I have talked about is, frankly, when you're taking care of veterans or assisting your family members who are veterans with their benefits, and when you're assisting with the elderly, you have a second job, and it's just like a business. You are running a business, and so that's what you do.
Yep, it's a good thing that I talk
did
really
that
loud.
for 15 years of running a business.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. It is, and those are probably the two worst. It's like anything else. Unfortunately, the bureaucracies just get so atrophied. And, some people work at jobs that after 40 years, they're just desensitized to things.
Right,
and you don't want to, light somebody up. But sometimes, what people don't do enough, particularly on the vets, in my experience, is, most members of Congress have somebody in their office that's dedicated to that. And if they don't, whip on them. Yeah. But just don't let them up for real. There are people in Congress, in California, who are notorious for having very poor staff work. I wouldn't let them get away with it.
Yeah.
Now, fortunately,
and
you've got Mike Thompson up your way. Mike's wonderful.
We've
been blessed.
He's a veteran too, and it really that makes a difference. Having that experience makes a big difference. And that's something that I've
having a president. No offense to anybody who votes for whoever, but I like these guys and women that they know, like exactly what you're saying before. You can't even imagine what it'd be like to serve in the service or be in a war.
Until you've done it, right. And I've told veterans, if all else fails, call your congressman.
Absolutely right.
That's what they're there for.
You betcha.
And
you're right. We have good offices and
hesitate
bad
to
ones.
do that. But no, if you can't get something through, then you call your congressman's office, and they should have a representative, and they can run it for you.
Well, and what happens is if a member of Congress's staff calls the bureaucracy, they can get it to move because they do have a vote on their budget. And they can always find a way to do that. But you've got, people have to be comfortable with doing that. But teaching people how to advocate for themselves is, what it's about. But there are some people in Congress who's, there was a gentleman who just lost recently in the East Bay, and a lot of people didn't appreciate his service in Congress. But I'll tell you, he had one of the best district offices around. So that they don't necessarily, correlate. But
it is crazy when I hear constantly from vets, men and women, that they don't even know where to start. They get out of the service, they don't even, and they should know this. Like
that's
this
what you do. Go
there's
call
basic
your congressman's office and ask.
But I know they're not even told that. My dad served in the Korean War, was literally should have died. Ultimately his injuries did kill him. But it took, I was in my late 20s before we even found out he could have benefits. And this happened in 1956. Now, I fought with Donna's help, and I did get him back pay. But it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
It was literally like, God, I need you to pull this
like
one
I said,
through.
it's a business. You're just
and
running a business.
there's no excuse when he was almost 100% disabled.
Yeah.
But what I am so angry about is they don't even tell the vets when they get out of the service or out of a war that they're what they're entitled to.
Well, I think veterans do know that they're entitled to things, but they don't. They want to be independent. They don't want to.
But there's
complain.
a lot of times when they don't even know, though, that they can get like we found out we can get our kids' college could have gotten paid
well,
for.
See, that's just California law. California has
right.
done some really
we've
nice
done
things.
Some
very nice things
we
for
really
veterans,
Yeah. And
so there is things that are state to state,
all the bases out of California. They closed them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, which is kind of, it's even sad that Mare Island and different things like that. Yeah.
But
a lot of education still has to get, put out there for sure.
Yeah.
So right now you have a consulting company.
I do.
Girls, if we can you tell me the name of the website and we'll see if we can get it pulled up?
It's Perata. I don't know. I mean, I don't need it. Perata Consulting, LLC.
And what exactly do you do?
I spend time explaining to people why government doesn't work.
Yay.
Yeah. I do not lobby, but...
you ever want to be a libertarian?
Somebody has... when somebody wants to get something done and doesn't know how to do it, then I can sit them down and I'm fortunately been able to do things that I care about. I'm doing stuff in juvenile probation.
Oh, great.
And I did the stuff with cancer. I'm a cancer survivor. So
I didn't know that. That's
prostate. 3 years.
Yeah. And you're good?
So far.
Because you do realize I'm going to rope you into the show now, and we're going to need to use you and get a lot of consulting.
And
this is really
Governor
neat.
Brown just went through the same thing.
He did.
Yeah?
He did. He took the cheap version.
Oh, did you did the expensive route.
I did the expensive one, yeah.
Now, you're... cured? I mean, is it remission?
Yeah, no, I went through, I had...
So we want you around for a while.
Yeah, no, I did. I did the what they call the Star Wars, the implants, which is also has a benefit that you go in the house, all the flies die.
Hey!
So, do we
I
get
have this
radioactive
thing about
things
flies,
out right now?
so-
I didn't have a cold for 2 years.
What are you doing for dinner?
Well, I thought I saw a glow to
Yeah,
it as
yeah.
I walked
Do you get
in
any
here.
problems going through the security at an airport?
Yeah. Well, it really bothered me is right afterwards, I couldn't drink red wine.
Well, that's just
I
not
was,
acceptable.
No, I was going to sue them. So somebody said, well, you know what, try bourbon. So now I can drink both.
Yeah, you're
Really?
good.
Yeah, the wine came back.
Oh, the wine came
They
back.
said,
Okay.
it's got nothing to do with the radiation. I said, no, it's just one hell of a coincidence.
Do not be taking away my red wine.
Well, that's good though. It's that's an advertisement though to go get your physical,
Oh, yeah.
get checked
Yeah.
out, take care of everything early. And sometimes you just have to bite the bullet when you've got a
There we
health
go,
problem,
right?
but you just
Thank
do
you.
it.
You girls
Good
are
for you.
amazing back
Oh, that's my house, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
we're moving in now. So, what do you think about the health care reform and all that? Your personal.
I think if it works, it'll be wonderful. It's
I'm concerned about this. This is just all our personal opinions, but I don't want government health care because I don't want them to tell me what I have to do and where I have to go and what I can't do because I'm really against
Especially after
certain things. So.
living with the Veterans Administration.
How does that-
I'm not really
Well,
excited
I'm-
about it.
Like, can I keep my freedom of choice with?
if it's anything like Medicare, then it should be fine. You know, I'm now on Medicare, and I'm paying a little bit more on co-pays and stuff than I did before.
Right.
But it works. I choose to be into the Kaiser Foundation system, but my wife is in another system, not institution.
Just
and
private
there's been
insurance.
no. The problem is the reimbursement rates for primary care physicians are very low.
Yeah, 'cause I know
and
a
they're
lot
always
of-
trying to squeeze something out of the system.
Yeah.
That ultimately just affects
Like
us.
there's so many doctors that won't even take our daughter who's on Medicare.
Oh, I know,
because
absolutely.
they can't get paid.
Yeah. Right.
So not to be mean,
Now,
but the healthcare
a
choices is
oh,
bad.
I mean, and
there's
that
quack
talk about an
doctors, and I'm not taking her
18-page
job.
form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It costs more to do the paperwork for most doctors than the reimbursement gets.
Wow.
So, like,
it's
even
crazy.
so
it's not worth it.
Things really need to.
Our dentist, who's wonderful, and I'm
watched.
advertising for him, Dr. Bradley, that he's been so kind because he can't take Medi-Cal because he can't get paid. But I learned a lot how he said it's not even teeth cleaning that you get. So, he'll do our daughter and our family and just give us a little more of a discount and get an excellent, checkup done.
Right, yeah.
So that's the other thing that really concerns me is he said this is what happens. You go in and it's not even a teeth cleaning. It's like they just kind of look at your teeth and...